There have been some crazy scores put up in the last few blitzes, and in this video, I am going to show you exactly which teams I used to put up over 3.5 million in this last Loki blitz. Plus, I got a nice fun bonus clip for you guys. Let's go!
Valley Flyer.
Hey, what's up all you Valley Maniacs? Valley Flying here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. So yes, we've had some crazy scores put up for Blitz, especially the last Loki Blitz this past weekend. Wasn't sure what it would be this weekend, so I put up a high score. Did about 3.5 million, and I'm going to be showing you the exact teams that I used. There have been a few changes since the last time I did my Blitz teams and showed you guys what I was using, so I will show you that in this video. Plus, I have a little extra fun bonus clip from Facebook answering the age-old question: who is stronger, a mutant with a huge healing factor, adamantium skeleton, and some claws, or a human that did this on their first battle? Well, the answer may surprise you. Stay tuned for that clip. Let's go look at my roster, and I will talk about kind of the dilemmas that you have when building a team. So, as you can see, my top guy right now is only tier 11, don't have tier 12, don't have tier 13 gear, so the top end of my roster is not that strong, which means that the trade-off that I have for building a team like this that is pretty much built for Blitz is in some of these harder raids, like these Ultima 6 raids and the current Venom raid, a little tough for me. Actually, the Venom is not that bad, but the Ultima 6 raid is pretty tough. And this Dark Dimension is very tough just because I don't have the top end power on my roster. For the past few months, or since the game's beginning, I've actually been building my team specifically to place well in Blitz. And that means that the trade-off is they're not going to be doing as well in Arena or the raids or in Dark Dimension. So that's the kind of the trade-off, unless you have a whale and can just do everything you want. Now, as far as my roster, there's a few characters that I don't use at tier 8 in Blitz. One of them is Drax. I just don't have a team for him. Same thing with Crossbones. The other one is Night Nurse. Most of these higher guys I have a team for. Even this Kree team does pretty well up until about tier 6, tier 7. And then the rest of these guys. So that is the relative power of my guys right now. Let's go take a look at the exact teams that I'm using. So this is what I was using a couple months ago, right when Casino remade my roster. This team is pretty close to 100%. Both of these teams were close to it as well, not as much as this one. So I'd say these are close to 90%, and these were close to maybe a 70 or 80% win rate. So not every battle, but these top 3 teams were pretty solid. And then this was a team that I made with some of my leftover guys that still was able to win on tier 8, but not on that third battle of tier 8. So usually when I'm talking about a tier 8 team, I'm talking not just that tier, I'm talking tier 8 on that third battle, because that's what's going to get you the most points. All right, so that's what I was using a couple months ago, and this is what I am using now. So this team at the top has not changed. Done some slight upgrades to them, more in Stark Tech than anything else. The top level of these guys is pretty similar. Right now, they're about 139,000 points as far as their collection, or as far as their power. And they have a big range that they can score, anywhere between about 35, 36,000. Top end, I've seen about 40,000. So a big range on this team, but they score pretty well, and it's pretty close to automatic win, depending on the opponent. Obviously, you have to choose the right opponent. Now, this team, same team as before. I placed Doctor Strange next to Thanos, and the reason I did that, again, it's a gamble when you place a squishy character next to a tank, but just like with this Venom raid, I think the benefits that you get kind of outweigh that, and that is the ability energy that Thanos gives to Doctor Strange when there's a kill on the enemy team. Other than that, not much has changed. I'm using them a little better, so they're also pretty close to 100% as well as far as their win rate. Next team, this is 100% with their win rate. Shield team. I didn't have this team a couple months ago, and I have never lost a battle with this team when I'm controlling them. I have lost one on auto, but I've not ever lost a Blitz battle with these guys when I'm controlling them. Very strong, 100% win rate. Very good. This team is also still very good. Not many changes here, except I leveled up Vision, which actually kind of makes this team a little weaker because the separation between Vision and the rest of the team is a lot bigger. So it kind of screws up the way the scoring is done in Blitz and how the opponents are chosen. The rest of these guys are still pretty good, but yeah, you generally want to keep these guys around the same level. Now, as far as scores, I forgot what these guys do. Now this one, pretty much the same. Anywhere between 36 and 36 and 40,000 for this team right here. Just because they've been built up slightly just to kind of get their power level matching a little more. This team, the Shield team, is right around 29,000 right now. They have a total collection power of about 112,000 right now with this team. So they score pretty good. And this team right here is about 26,000. So with just these top 4 teams, that's putting up a pretty good score per rotation. Now, these other teams are pretty good as well. Defenders, pretty much 100% win rate once I've gotten them to a pretty close power level. And even at low levels, these guys can still win at tier 8, guys. Even if they're not high, they just need to be pretty close to their power level. I think they're all within about 2,000 power with every single character. Same thing with these guys as well. The main thing is this Vision. He has a lot more power than these other guys. All right, so this team actually does pretty well, but there's a big gap between Deadpool, who is the highest powered character on this team, and Miss Marvel, who's the lowest. There's about a 10,000 power gap between them. So not 100% yet, but I think if I leveled up some of the weaker characters like Miss Marvel and Black Panther, Star-Lord, this team would be a lot closer to 100% win rate. Right now, I would say they're about 70% with their win rate. Same with this team right here. Same team as before, same orders before. Cable got leveled up a little bit, which kind of brings down the overall effectiveness of this team, but it's still a good team. And sometimes I switch Star-Lord and Cable, just kind of more based on feel than anything else. The power level is a little different. So for this mutant team, they are about 89,000, which means they score about 22,000. Same with this defenders. They're about 84,000. And they score about 22,000 or so as well. And then with this hand team, they are about 73,000. They got to score about 19,000. All right, so if we add up all of these teams here, if I manage to win all of them and pick all the battles correctly, looking at about 200,000 per rotation with these guys right here. So if I have the time, Blitz scores are gonna be pretty good, and that's without spending any power cores or anything. So I have been working on these guys for a while, and they're a pretty good roster for Blitz, but there is that trade-off like I talked about when you build a roster for Blitz, because I don't really have that top-end power. So Dark Dimension, some of these raids, a little tough for me, especially some of these certain nodes that have certain requirements. So trying to build up guys for these events and these certain requirements for raids and building up the top end for Dark Dimension gets a little overwhelming, and really need to focus on keeping these teams around the same power level. Now, this one I did screw up. Vision is a little higher than I should have, but I needed him for arena and some raids, and it kind of screwed up my Blitz. This team, I just built them how they were, and trying to put this together took a while to get them in the same power range. Still, the same thing with defenders. Jessica Jones was really high. She was on one of my older teams, but the rest of my defenders very low, and just trying to get them into the same power gap. Again, a 2,000 as far as a separator between your highest level character and your lowest level character in each team. It's probably a good rule, but that doesn't mean that some of these teams like this Vision team and this one can't work just because the power levels are not ideal. All right, so that was my roster that I've been using for Blitz. It is the exact squad that I used to score pretty good in this Loki Blitz. But now it is time for the moment that I know you guys have been waiting for. That is to answer the question, who is stronger, Wolverine or Shield Medic? Now, this question was answered on Facebook a few days ago. Grant Woolston posted this video of Wolverine versus Shield Medic, remaining battle of a Blitz battle, one-on-one fight, and I loved it. I thought it was funny, so I reached out to him, asked him if I could use this clip, and here we are today. So let's go take a look at the clip. And there's not much words to describe this here, guys. It is what it is. They're just battling and battling and battling. And who is going to come out on top? They just keep healing and hitting each other and healing and hitting each other. Shield Medic getting hit by the ultimate of Wolverine, but right back to full health. And Shield Medic not really doing a lot of damage to Wolverine either. But there is a big equalizer in this battle, so it's not totally one-on-one. Almost dead. Shield Medic is almost dead. Oh, and just almost died right there. But pretty much back close to full health with some regenerations left. Back at full health again. Wolverine is still not even hardly damaged there. But, oh, there is Quake. So that small percent of a revive. Shield Medic comes through and revives Quake. So now it is a 2-on-1 battle. So just the impressive skills from Shield Medic shining through. Even though she was the last one remaining in battle, got a friend. And Quake is almost up to full health as well. Just not enough damage from Wolverine alone. And almost there. Almost there. One more hit. And that is it, guys. That is the footage from the battle. I hope you like that. I will be live streaming tonight. I hope to see you there tonight. And as usual, if you like this video, if it helped you in any way, please subscribe to the channel, share with all your friends, smash on that like button, and let me know what you think of this Blitz in the comments down below. There is still BlueStacks link down in the description. BlueStacks 4 a lot faster than BlueStacks 3 in my opinion. There's still a lot of great Valley Flying merch on TeePublic. I think they have a sale. I'm not sure about that. Check on the link though. I think there's a sale going on. And I got one question for you before I leave. What you gonna do, brother, when Valley Flying all the Valley Maniacs come down on you, dude? Valley Flying out.